Hi there, Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 300 already of our Be a Better You annual challenge. Today, we are, of course, working on the physical IDEANCE process, step 4, which stands for action. Today, we're going to analyze the alternatives or the options we came up with yesterday, and we're going to pick one to actually take action on. Then we're going to take that action today. Why? Because we never want to leave the scene of the decision without taking some sort of action to reinforce that decision. Learned that from Tony Robbins decades ago, like in the late 70s, early 1980s. Yes, I am that old. Gray hair to prove it. So I was looking through my pile of tools for analyzing options. And of course, I've got a whole bunch of them. I really like to go for the pros and cons plus or minus tool because it's so quick and easy and simple. But today I think I'll share something else. I have one that I learned from, I don't know where I learned it. It's called the 3 E's tool. And it stands for effectiveness. To analyze, we're going to analyze the alternatives for effectiveness, effort level, and emotional resilience. Or readiness, emotional resilience. Well, we got to be emotionally resilient, but emotional readiness today. And then I added, back this year only, I added 2 more things because I broke it down with expenses and energy. Because how much energy is it going to take for me to actually make this happen? And how expensive is it going to be? Because we got to consider resources. So to me, expenses means what kind of resources are going to be involved. And time, being my most valuable resource, always gets its own category. So I'm going to use that tool today. We're going to use the 5E tool. See, I added my own. And I will show you exactly how I do that. I'm going to put these over here so that you can get an idea of how I actually do things. I like to share, this is what works for me, and then it's up to you to figure out what works for you. So I took my top 3 for both the Be a Better You annual challenge here, and then I'm doing the same topic in Supersize Your Business this year. I'm trying that on for size and seeing how it feels. So far, it's going pretty well. There's only been a couple days where I'm like, well, geez, how do I make this apply to growing our business? Well, pretty much everything we do from a personal development standpoint is good for our business. So there's always that tie-in. All right, so how I do that is, and this one I did really messy for the Be a Better You annual challenge. I want to lose 20 pounds by the end of the year, right? And so I brainstormed a bunch of ideas yesterday, and the top 3 that I picked to analyze today are go on a diet, pick a specific diet and just go on it. 2, hire a coach, get a personal coach to help me with not only diet, but diet, nutrition, exercise, movement, all of the things that are required to make a healthier, better version of myself. And 3rd was to join some kind of a group, a weight loss and health group or community to help me. So I've got this support. So I'm not just doing it all by myself. So I will look at each of those and I will say, well, how effective do I think each of those are going to be? And I will give the one I believe that will be the most effective the highest rating. So for example, I honestly think that a coach would be the most effective, right? So that would get the 3. Group would probably get the 2 and diet would get the 1. For effort level, that again, these are all subjective, which is why we're putting a numeric value on them to give them a little more objectivity and make it an easier decision or choice. Now, you might know exactly what you're going to do and just do it. And that's awesome. This tool is for the times when you're like, I'm kind of on the fence. I'm not sure which would really be the best option for me. So we ask ourselves the effort level, how much effort is it going to take? And under that, I like to look at expenses and energy. So expenses and energy, to me, the most expensive one is going to get the lowest number because I want to come up with a rating that will give me a numeric value and right in my face what the choice should be. So for example, a coach is going to be the most expensive. So that's going to get a 1. So it's got a 3 for most effective, but it's going to get a 1 for probably expense, but not necessarily for energy, because the amount of personal energy I have to put into figuring things out and doing it myself goes way down. So then that balances. So energy might be a 2 or a 3. And so I do that for each of those 3 options. I come up with a total. I have not done it yet. Usually I've done it and I can share it with you, but I haven't done it yet, but I'll share it in the comments below after I do. And I will know exactly what I'm going to take action on. And then I will actually share the action that I'm taking. So if coach wins, I will tell you how I'm going to go about finding a coach for this. If community wins, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to go about finding a community. And if diet wins, I'm going to tell you about how I'm going to go about finding the right diet for me, because I have no clue right now. It's been a yo-yo dieter my whole life, and so the last thing I really want to do is go on another DIET, right? Already died, didn't stick, so I don't want to do that again. All right, if I can help you in any way with this, if you're struggling with this or how to apply the 5 E's, remember, it's the intent of making it more objective to make a decision that you stand behind and move forward and take action. It's not about perfection. It's not about figuring it out. It's not about doing it a certain way. It's about finding tools that work for you and applying them in a way that works for you. If it doesn't work for you, don't use it. Go back to the plus or minus, pros and cons. Like I said, those are my favorite. Those are the ones I use the most often because they're quick and easy, and they help me to just identify why or why not I'm going to do something. You know what I mean? And gotten to the point where some things it's just an automatic no. If it goes against my core values, it's an automatic no. If it goes against my absolute positive beliefs about something, it's a no. Because who needs that drama? The older we get, the better we get at saying no. All right. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.